Malachim 1, 1 Kings, chapter 15, and I am reading from Yah Scriptures. And in the 18th year of sovereign Jeroboam, son of Nebat, Abiam, became sovereign over Yehuda or Judah. He reigned 3 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Maacah, the granddaughter of Abishalom. And he walked in all of the sins of his father, which he had done before him, and his heart was not perfect to Yah, his Elohim, as was the heart of his father David. But for David's sake, Yah, his Elohim, gave him a lamp in Jerusalem to raise up his son after him, and by establishing Jerusalem. For David did what was right in the eyes of Yah, and did not turn aside from all that he had commanded him all the days of his life, except in the matter of Uriah the Hittite. There was fighting between Rehoboam and Jeroboam all the days of his life. And the rest of the acts of Abiam and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Kings of Judah? And there was fighting between Abiam and Jeroboam, and Abiam slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. And Asa his son reigned in his place. And in the 20th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, Asa became king over Judah, or sovereign over Judah. He reigned 41 years in Jerusalem, and his grandmother's name was Maacah, the granddaughter of Abishalom. And Asa did what was right in the eyes of Yah, as his father David had done, and put away the cult prostitutes from the land, and removed all the idols from his fathers had made. And he also removed Maacah his grandmother from being sovereigness mother, because she had made an abominable image for Asherah. And Asa cut down her abominable image and burned it in the Wadi Kidron, but the high places were not removed. However, Asa's heart was perfect with Yah all his days. Wow. Asa's heart was perfect with Yah all his days. How do we get our hearts perfect with Yah all of our days? And he brought into the house of Yah the Kodesh items, the set-apart items of his father, and his own set-apart items, silver and gold and utensils. And there was fighting between Asa and Baasha, sovereign of Israel, all their days. And Baasha, sovereign of Israel, came up against Judah and built Ramah to keep anyone from going out or coming in to Asa, king of Judah. And Asa took all the silver and gold that was left in the treasuries of the house of Yah and the treasuries of the sovereign's house, and gave them into the hand of his servants. And sovereign Asa sent them to Ben-Hadad, son of Tabrimmon, son of Hezion, sovereign of Aram, who dwelt in Damascus, saying, Let there be a covenant between you and me, and there was between my father and your father. Look, I have sent you a present of silver and gold. Come, break your covenant with Baasha, sovereign of Israel, so that he withdraws from me. And Ben-Hadad listened to sovereign Asa, and sent the commanders of his armies against the cities of Israel, and smote Lion, and Dan, and Abel-Beth, Maacah, and all Kinneroth, with all the land of Naphtali. And it came to be, when Baasha heard it, that he stopped building Ramah, and remained in Tirzah. Then sovereign Asa summoned all of Judah, none was exempt, and they took away the stones and timber of Ramah, which Baasha had used for building. And with them sovereign Asa built Geba of Benjamin and Mizpah. And the rest of all the acts of Asa, and all his might, and all that he did, and the cities he built, are written in the book of the kings of Judah. But in the time of his old age, he was diseased in his feet. So Asa slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, his father. And Jehoshaphat his son reigned in his place. And Nadab, son of Jeroboam, became sovereign over Israel in the 2nd year of Asa's sovereign of Judah. And he reigned over Israel for 2 years. And he did evil in the eyes of Yah, and he walked in the way of his father, and in his sin by which he had made Israel sin. Then Baasha, son of Abiyahu, of the house of Issachar, conspired against him, And Baasha smote him at Gibbethon, which belonged to the Pelethites. For Nadab and all of Israel had laid siege on Gibbethon. And Baasha killed him in the 3rd year of Asa's reign, sovereign of Judah, and reigned in his place. And it came to be when he became sovereign that he smote all the house of Jeroboam. He did not leave to Jeroboam anything breathing until he had destroyed him, according to the word of Yah which he had spoken to his servant Abiyahu the Shilonite, because of the sins of Jeroboam which he had sinned, and by which he had made Israel sin, because of his provocation with which he had provoked Yah, Elohim of Israel. And the rest of the acts of Nadab, and all that he did, are written in the book of the kings of Israel. And there was fighting between Asa and Baasha, sovereign of Israel, all their days. In the 3rd year of Asa, sovereign of Judah, Baasha, son of Abiyahu, became sovereign over all of Israel in Tirzah and reigned for 24 years. He did evil in the eyes of Yah and walked in the way of Jeroboam and in his sin by which he had made Israel sin.